3 rounds of discussion with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from a Zoom call in Columbia, South Carolina, Matthew, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. And his opponent from a Zoom call in Atlanta, Georgia, Daniel, aka the Executioner. Take it away, Matthew.
Thank you, Jesse, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 122 of Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit.
I'm the Executioner, Daniel Travas.
Yeah, I am the Unbreakable Spirit, Matthew Smith. We're going to run through the topics, and whenever you hear something going off like a timer, we'll do our final thoughts on that. So let's run through the topics.
Topic number 1.
The possible temporary home for Monday Night Raw until January.
Number 2.
Where are the Hall of Fame announcements for the second year in a row?
Come on, WWE. Number 3.
The Elimination Chamber results. But first, I gotta talk about the possible homes for Monday Night Raw. So, for those of you who are in the dark about this, Raw is moving to Netflix in 2025. If you want to hear our thoughts about that, it's on a previous episode.
Yeah. For 10 years, keep in mind.
Yeah. But that also means it'll be moving off USA Network and MSNBC. But it's leaving in like what? October? Something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Raw's gonna be without a home until January. Keep in mind, that is at least 12 weeks without a home. Where's he gonna go? My thoughts first. Here's an idea. WWE could extend their contract with MSNBC and the USA Network until the end of 2024. That way, when Raw moves to the USA Network, presumably the first week of January, then bam, they got a show or a home.
My thoughts is, if you do put on another note, I suggest you go with some, I don't know, put on like Fox or something. Put on a network that people will be able to actually watch it on. Oh, put on the CW for all I care.
Netflix is going to the CW in October.
Wait, what?
Sorry, NXT is going to the CW in October. Sorry for that that blooper, folks, but we don't have options to re-record that.
No,
so we're just gonna roll with it.
Yeah, my honest thought, I could see it going to I can see what you say. You know, they could extend their contract, or maybe I don't know. They go to like TNT,
FS1 stuff like that.
Yeah, FS1, TNT. I don't know. Put on some rough, you know.
Tony Khan might have a problem with Raw going to TNT.
Yeah, but do you think WWE gives a crap?
Nope. Because I can't believe I'm going to say this, but WWE to me has the superior product currently.
Anyway, yeah. My thought is I could totally, I don't know, I could see them going to like, I don't know, what's the other station? Fox, maybe, I could see them extending their contract. I don't know. Uh, I'm not really sure what station they should go to be honest. But
Yeah, or maybe, and this is a long shot,
well,
maybe Raw streams on Peacock for a little bit so people get used to it being on a streaming service.
hmm, that's not a bad idea.
I mean, they would still lose ad revenue if they were on Peacock for, well, for people that have Premium Plus where they don't get interruptions.
Yeah. But I mean, like, my honest thoughts is look, whatever WWE does, I'm sure people are gonna enjoy it, but it's just don't like change up how you do, don't change everything you've done so far. Just keep what you've been doing.
And the CFO of TKO or Endeavor or whatever has said that they will find a temporary home for Raw. I don't know how much we can just trust the chief financial officer of TKO on that. I don't think he has any idea of that.
I mean, my honest thought is like, look, wherever they go, they need to have, a good place, to have Raw be in for the remaining couple weeks or months in 2024.
Yeah, I think the deal with MSNBC and USA Network runs out in October. I think that's what I've heard. So they would need to deal with like at least 8 weeks, at max 12.
Yeah, get 12 weeks of, but also, and don't just randomly, people don't randomly tune into USA
Just
Network.
don't make it a pay channel where people have to pay like $50 just to watch 1 week of wrestling.
Yeah. But also, like, if you're gonna
That
put it
then
on,
my co-host would be really screwed.
yeah, then the only wrestling I'll be able to watch is NXT and SmackDown.
Yeah, because SmackDown is moving to USA Network this autumn, and NXT is going to the CW Network.
My honest thought is, look,
And that is the timer. It is a boxing bell now, and when you hear that boxing bell, that means this round is over except for our final thoughts. I'll go first. Honestly, just extend the contract with USA for 12 weeks. Or sooner, depending on when their contract with USA ends.
my honest thought is, look, make sure you find a good home ahead of time, and also don't just do it out of nowhere. Make sure you tell your audience, hey, for this amount of time, we're going to be on this station, so we don't tune in every Monday to the USA Network and we don't know where the fuck to look.
Yeah, make sure to tell us to check your local TV provider to find this channel so you can tune in to the longest running weekly episodic television show in history, because they love to gloat about that. Anyways, we'll be right back with topic number 2.
Hello, everybody. We are back with topic number 2. Where the hell are the Hall of Fame announcements again?
Honestly, if we're being realistic, they're probably gonna start the month that this episode comes out. This will be coming out on March 1st.
Yeah, but it's just like, guys, Hall of Fame, like, WrestleMania is around the corner. Hurry up.
Yeah, they're probably gonna start like the second week of March or something.
No. I would just like to ask, who I feel like the main inductee, and I feel like WWE would be stupid enough. I feel it would be a fool on WWE's part not to do this, but make Paul Heyman the centerpiece of the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah, I have like three that I don't know if one of them is already inducted or not, but so I'm gonna say three that personally I think would be good to add in.
Number one,
The late great Bray Wyatt,
yeah,
the recently deceased Ole Anderson.
yeah.
I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame. And this one was just announced today, and I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame, but he might be. Virgil, the $1 Million Man's associate,
Butler.
butler,
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, he
Uh,
apparently passed away recently.
literally today.
Yeah, I sent you a message about it.
Yeah, I would say, like, look, the point of us talking about this is, guys, is that you have the all, like, has anyone ever noticed, like, in the past, like, 2 years that WWE has been absolutely horrible on letting us know where the Hall of Fame is or who's in
Yeah,
it?
and if you go to our Twitter at AT_odds_podcast and scroll down enough, you'll see that we tweeted something about Rey Mysterio being inducted last year. I think the caption was finally with an exclamation mark, then hashtag it's about time.
I mean, my honest thought is, look, whoever does get inducted, whether it be Batista, who, couldn't really do it due to, I think, like, scheduling conflicts or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Or, it's just that, look, put whoever you feel like needs it into the Hall of Fame, but it's just, if you don't have Paul Heyman be the centerpiece.
Yeah, that'd be a disappointment. Okay, if you're doing that because of EC Dub, right?
Yes.
All right, then we also need Tommy Dreamer. And
Yeah.
Sabu and Sandman and the ECW originals.
Yeah. Damn. Okay, you know what? Damn, I just, what? Last thing I'm going to say on Paul Heyman, that would be an extreme disappointment.
Boom King.
Sorry,
I'm not even
bad.
gonna download a sound effect of a rim shot for that.
Yeah. What do you think about this, Matthew?
Honestly, like with WWE, I'm not surprised. Like nothing surprises me about that company anymore. So WWE is probably gonna realize in like the second week of March, oh crap, we haven't announced any of our Hall of Fame inductees yet, and start rolling it out the week, like days before episode 123, probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe 124, I don't know.
My honest thought is, look, if WWE does decide to do it, just great. Just don't have us be like, don't have us do this again. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, at least this year Dominic won't be walking out on his father's induction speech.
True. But my thought is, look, whoever does, look, we'll pitch, I don't mind what WWE does, but it's just like, bro, just all I ask is, look, I get you guys, trying to figure out who deserves it and who doesn't, but time's only ticking. The more you do it, the longer you wait, the closer WrestleMania gets.
I don't think we really need to worry about it at some point because WWE has so many social media outlets and television that they can announce one on television, a few on the bump, a few on After the Bell with Corey Graves. They can announce them on Twitter, and like it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we're just making this a big deal out of nothing because WWE somehow always makes it work.
True. True. My honest thought is, look, you're right. We might be making a big deal out of nothing, but also it's like, guys, I know. All I ask for is, put the people in the Hall of Fame that deserve it.
The
That's all
bell
I
has
ask.
gone off. You start with your final thoughts. Gesundheit.
Thank you. My final thoughts is, look, put whatever you guys decide to do, announce it, whether it be sooner, whether it be later. Just all I ask is that you do it, but whatever you do decide to put in the Hall of Fame class of 2024, make sure it's people that the fans aren't, make sure it's people that, to be honest, I don't even care if they're currently active. Just make sure it's people that deserve that shit.
Yeah, my final thoughts are since we're in Philadelphia, the home of ECW, I want Paul Heyman and I want at least one ECW original. Other than
Yeah,
that, I don't care who you throw in.
I'm with you on that.
Hell, induct the ECW originals as a group for all I care.
Yeah.
We'll be back with the results of the prediction battle.
Oh, shit.
And we are back with the third and final topic. I hope that can be picked up on the audio from when I'm editing. The results of the prediction battle, which I realized I forgot to pull up before starting this. All right, now that I have it pulled up, we are going in order of match, which was not the order of the match card because I don't care to remember it.
Fair enough.
Anyways, this was actually a close match or a close battle. But I'm going to start off with the tiebreaker, even though we didn't really need it. It was the kickoff match, the Kabuki Warriors versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. The Kabuki Warriors won, so that gave me a early point.
Okay.
And now on to the actual show. I'm gonna start with the first match we predicted, which was for the WWE Women's World Championship.
The main event.
The main event of the evening because two Aussie girls were in it.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. It was good, but it wasn't like very extra good.
It was what
And
MJF would.
unsurprisingly, not really unsurprisingly, sort of surprisingly, Rhea Ripley was able to retain against the Irresistible Force Nia Jax.
Who gave Nia.
Which gave Daniel a point.
Which, fun fact, also gave Nia Jax her first loss since her return.
Yeah. Anyways, on to the second match. The Women's Elimination Chamber, which in my opinion was the better of the two chambers that night. I'm just saying.
All right.
I had Liv Morgan and Naomi. You had Becky and Raquel. I should have known better than to go with two people that just returned. I should have known better.
Yeah. So now at WrestleMania, for the first time ever, keep in mind, it will be the man, Becky Lynch versus
The man
Mommy.
beat up Tommy.
God, that
God, you
sounds.
know I'm talking about two women, but that sounds so wrong.
It does. Becky Lynch, that should be a really good match. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
this
lie.
gave Daniel a second point.
Punishment.
Oh, right. The punishment was loser had to watch the M. Night Shyamalan Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
All right. What's next?
The next match was the Undisputed Tag Team Championship match. The New Catch Republic, aka Tyler Bates and Pete Dunne, taking on the Judgment Day. It
How was
was
that?
it was a pretty good match. You weren't paying attention to the PLE, were you?
No.
It was good. There were some shenanigans that I guess you can say.
And in
Dominic
the
was at
end,
ringside and he got ejected. It is what it is. And yeah, the Judgment Day retained, giving Daniel his final point of the pay per view. And with one match to go and me only having 1 point, I knew I was doomed to lose this event. Anyways, the last match that we predicted, aside from the kickoff, was the men's elimination chamber, where the winner will go on to WrestleMania to fight Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship.
and and I saw something on Twitter on X that the supposed real plan before his injury was to have Punk win that chamber, not McIntyre.
Yeah, thanks for spoiling it. I didn't even get to say who we predicted.
Okay, sorry.
Anyways, I predicted Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, and you had Randy Orton and Lashley, and combined we had 3 of the final 3. The
Yeah.
final 3 of the match were Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, and Randy Orton. And Logan took the match ended with Logan taking brass knucks out of his tights. Why would you store brass knucks where your dick is?
But also, why would you not use that like at any point during that match?
Yeah, and he got hit with an RKO by Randy Orton, hashtag out of nowhere, and was eliminated. But then didn't leave the chamber immediately when Randy was about to win, hit him with the brass knucks and legitimately knocked out the Viper, giving Drew the win. And I called my shot last year of Seth and Logan at WrestleMania, and I was right. I'm calling it again this year. Randy Orton, Logan Paul, United States Championship, Philadelphia, WrestleMania.
But I'm also thinking Kevin Owens might be added.
Yeah, it could be a triple threat. But the point is, the final score of this was 3-2 in favor of the man in my southern neighbor state of Georgia, the executioner, Daniel frickin' Travis. Meaning that earlier this week, as in like right after the event ended, when I was watching it, I watched M. Night Shyamalan's Avatar: The Last Airbender, And the new live action is better. Why else would I have binged that in one day?
Alright, anyway.
Anyways,
Roll it.
we'll be back next week with 3 whole new topics. Roll that
Roll
outro.
it.
Hasta la vista. Auf Wiedersehen. Yada, yada, yada. Thank you for listening to At Odds, hosted by the Unbreakable Spirit,
And the executioner.
edited by the Unbreakable Spirit. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MTS_life_0126.
You can follow me on Instagram at DanTravis121, and you can also follow me on the Twitter at DanTheExecutioner21.
And you can follow the podcast at Odds Podcast. We'll be back next week with more debates and discussions. But until then, the Executioner and the Unbreakable Spirit will still be at odds.
Thank you, losers.